Now, the two biggest things that have an impact in terms of your success in life is one, obviously, who you have as a partner. Second is obviously going to be the environment you're in. How important do you think the environment surrounding you is?
It is very important, I think, but you have so much influence on it. Because I think environment is important, but it's actually, because if I look at it when I started, like, the Netherlands is not the most ambitious spot in the world. By far not. Like, UK is probably a little bit worse, but it's not that the Netherlands is so much better that's like America, where some people are
Do you think the UK is worse than the Netherlands?
London maybe not, but like
The rest of it, like Northern England.
Northern England by far, yeah. Okay. Like you will get depressed if you just go there. So, like, I've been to those places, like, you don't want to live there. But I think what helps is, like, I remember when I just started my online business, like, I didn't have anybody running an online business. But what I basically did is I got so much input from, like, YouTube. Like, I started following people that they were basically my friends, even though they didn't know I existed. But I listened to so much to those people, so my influence just changed by, like, their voice and by their actions, because they were doing stuff and I started acting like it, even though I didn't know them actually in a real person. So I think you can make that work for a while. At some point, you need to switch and actually get to a real environment. But in the beginning, it can definitely help, because I know a lot of people listening don't have the budget to maybe go to, like, the places where you can find the people that are motivating. So starting off, I think that's a really good one to start with, like listening to certain audiobooks, which are cheap to do, listening to, like, following people on social media that inspire you. Like, I think that definitely can get you to a certain point. Then you need to get into groups, because I remember going to the US to a fitness mastermind, and there was this, they started off with, and one of the things they started with is like, what's your name? Who do you help? How much do you make? Those were the 3 questions. So
Europeans don't like talking about how much they make either.
No, in Americans, they love that stuff. So they go like a snake through the room, to the back, and I'm sitting there and I was talking to a guy next to me, and I was like, okay, you're not a great trainer. Like I would listen to him and he was explaining how his program works. I'm like, how can you serve your clients like that? That stuff doesn't work. So the round goes around and he stands up, tells who he is, where he's from, and how much he makes. I was like, hey, how much do you make? That's a lot more than I do. Like, how? So at that point, I basically got frustrated, because I was like, I need to go next. First of all, I'm going to look like nothing compared to that guy, and I think I'm a better trainer in my mind. So at that point, I got so motivated, like, he's got to be doing something better than me. So I started, like, looking at it like, okay, what's he doing and what am I doing? And I started, okay, I need to do more, because apparently you can do so much more even at a lower level. So I'm doing something wrong. So you change your mindset a lot, because you get that. And I've seen multiple people get mindset shifts like that, just from stuff like, another example is the one that I told you about with Paula and Dorian Yates. So in order to improve my knowledge, I did a lot of personal training sessions with Dorian Yates when I was in Marbella. So I did a leg workout with Dorian Yates, and he basically killed me that day. So I look at my phone after the workout, and 5 minutes later, there's a sales call lined up for me to do. And I'm like, I cannot even stand. Like, I'm dizzy as hell. So I give my phone to my wife, and I was like, can you do the sales call for me? Because in 5 minutes, I could never reach somebody else. I was like, this is a price point. You don't have to sell, because she has her own fitness business. But my price point was way higher than hers. So I give her the phone. I was like, just sell me. Like, that's easy. You know what I can do. Just sell me. And she does the call, says the price point, and the client says, perfect. Yeah, I'll do this. And she was like, okay, you can sell that price point. Instantly, she could raise her prices by just doing that. So you just see, like, environment makes a big shift. If you see the stuff around you. I know Chris talks about the story all the time when he was with Ben, and Ben closed the client like in 15 seconds with a price point that's way higher than FC. That changed his mind about a lot about stuff about high ticket. So I think that stuff definitely helps a lot.